Hey, Adam Stoynoff here with UltimateStrengthAndConditioning.com, and Frank and I are going to go over squat today and how we teach it, some of the coaching points, and then possibly some of the things that could go wrong in the weight room with it too. So Frank's going to get under that bar first. He's going to start with his hand placement. All right, he's not going to be too close. He's not going to put himself in a good position to complete the exercise. He's not going to be too wide. That's going to affect the bar placement on his back as far as where I want it to go. So he's going to take his thumbs right where the knurlings start, the rough part of the bar. He's going to wrap his thumbs around it nice and tight and grab that bar tight. He's going to give himself under the bar. He's not going to have the bar up on his cervical area, the spine. He's not going to have it too low. All right, he's going to peel his shoulder blades back and give himself a nice meaty portion right there with his traps. His feet are going to be under his hips. He's going to squat the bar up. He's going to practice this habit. It's really good, okay? In most racks, he can take one step back just by 1, 2, and then he should be ready to squat instead of getting under that bar and getting back and wasting a bunch of energy with all that movement. So he's going to look straight forward or possibly up a little bit, but he doesn't need to severely hyperextend his head and look up real high like that, okay? We don't need to teach that. Alright, so his feet are about shoulder width apart, slightly wider, toes are slightly flared out. His first movement, he's going to keep his abs real tight, he's going to break his hips back, counting his head 1001, 1002 on the way down, then drive through his heels on the way up. Break his hips, 1001, 1002, drive through his heels on the way up. Very good. And when he's done, he can just walk that in, down, very good. Hey, we're squatting again, and we're going to go over some of the most common errors that we see with squat. And if you can get your kids or your athletes to fix these things or do better in these areas, your squat's going to get a lot better. All right, so go ahead and grab that bar. One of the first things we're going to see is the knees going to the Baller's position. All right, you're going to see this a lot when someone's hips are weak in certain areas. They're possibly not trained comprehensively or working on that. So go ahead and do that again. It's coming down. Now see those knees bow in. All right. Now some of the things that we'll tell kids to work on their way up is first they're going to have to see it. Don't move your head, but just move your eyes to see what's going on in the mirror. All right. So come down. Now keep those knees lined up over your toes, and on your way up, when you're down in the hole down here, squeeze your glutes as tight as you can. Stay tight. And when you come up, squeeze them even tighter. That's what is going to extend your upper leg. And don't let those knees bow in, okay? That's the first thing that we see a lot of. Go ahead and rack that up. All right, the second one that we see a lot of is someone actually squatting on the balls of their feet and not driving through their heels. All right. Pick that bar up again. Good. All right. He's going to come down. The weight's going to be on the balls of his feet or his toes. His knees are going to be shooting out past his toes. All right. And what this is a pretty unsafe knee extension. All right. So one of the things that I'll tell the kids that we coach, that we deal with, is on your way down, make sure you're sticking your butt back, sitting back on your heels like you're trying to sit in a chair. And then another thing, if they have a really hard time with it, tell that athlete to pick his big toe up and sit back on his heels for the entire movement. Now, he doesn't have to pick his shoe up. Just pick his big toe up or her toe up in their shoe and really emphasize keeping the weight of the bar and the body weight on the heel and between the ball of the foot. All right, right in that middle portion. Stay on it the whole entire time. All right. Hey, the third one that we see could potentially be the most dangerous one that we see. All right, go ahead and pick that bar up. All right, good. All right, and go ahead and come down. And what you're going to see happen is Frank's rear end come up before his chest and his shoulders come up. All right, go ahead and do that one more time. His hips come up first, and then his chest and shoulders. Now do a good one. All right, chest and shoulders up first. Now that's a squat. All right, that's not back extension. That's a squat. Do one more good one. Very good. I'm going to rack that up. Now your athletes have to understand that if your shoulders up here and here's your hips and they come down, all right, it's got to be a good even ratio on the way up. Those chest and shoulders have to come up first. They've got to possibly see that and they've got to practice that, okay? So, hey, those are 3 things that we see that happen often in the weight room. They're wrong, and if you get your athletes to work on those 3 things, their squats are going to get better.